everyone, and welcome to Furball Friday. This is Larkin, your hostess, coming to you live from the United States. So welcome. We are running late tonight, big surprise. Guys, I remind those of you that are used to listening to me with my dad's health and everything that's going on with my family, I'm all over town all day. So if I am late or I miss a live, I either have a migraine, I have a parent emergency, or I have an animal rescue emergency. All right. So I haven't forgotten about you. I'm just a little stretched thin right now. So thank you all for your patience. We're going to take our 5 minutes to set up the mood and the ambiance, like I'm hoping you all will practice doing on your own when I'm not around, when you're connecting with spirit. So just as on Monday with Angels in Action and Wednesday with lessons and learning and readings with Larkin, Friday is just as sacred. Furball Friday is absolutely sacred, but because oftentimes I feel animal souls, animal significance, we're animals too, by the way, but non-human animals often get pushed to the side. We make assumptions about them in society. They're not respected as much. As general, we look at non-human animals as beneath us, mostly thanks to Christianity and some other religions, but that's really not true. Non-human animals are every bit as sacred as we are. They have souls like we do. They have the same forms of intelligence other than our prefrontal cortex here in human form, but their souls have the same level of intelligence and awareness. And here in human form, they also have so many other strengths and traits that we don't have or that we've lost touch with. So as we evolve, we will learn eventually to respect non-human animals as our equals and all beings, as the Dalai Lama shares. All right. So as you guys are logging on and we're setting up the space, the sacred space that we're staying, leaving our junk at the door, and we're coming and we're being present for this sacred hour with spirit. I brought Cryptic Woods. That's nature oriented, right? I love this one. I didn't mean to bring the sandalwood. I meant to bring something else, but I love sandalwood. Always sacred. And dragon's blood. Oh, dragons are so amazing. Dragons are kind of in the middle, they're kind of their own thing. I guess I should categorize them with animals, but I don't really. So let's start with the dragon blood today, guys. And I encourage all of you to have your drinks. Oh, I brought you guys my owl cup today. This was a gift from my mother. This is one of my animal totems. So that's one of the things we do in Furball Friday as well, is oftentimes your spirit animals or your animal totems or animal messengers come forward. And we do that today as well. So that's always fun. The owl is one of mine, so I decided to use my owl cup today. And look at this. One of my childhood friends, his wife sent these to me. They're hand-carved owl earrings. I love them. They're amazing. I love her. Thank you, Cindy. I don't know if she ever watches this, but we'll thank her anyway. We did leave off on Wednesday with a lot of people who had readings. So if you get in my school, you will notice I'm going to post tonight my live on Sunday. I'm going to do an extra live for all of you on Sunday so that you guys, if you were one of those people that was missing a reading or that I did not get to, there were like 20 people I didn't get to on Wednesday, you guys can show up. And since today's for Furball Friday, if you have something that is not, it can be animal related on Sunday. Like my Monday and Wednesday readings are animal and non-animal readings. Friday is just special for non-human animals since they often get left in the dust. But I'm going to post my school on here and you guys will see, like right now it shows I'm live. It'll show you when I'm live on a live or an event. And then you guys can join us. Okay. But I am going to do that extra one on Sunday because I've had so many people I have not been able to get to with my lives. Just a quick note. If you join my school, we have 50 people in there now. I have thousands of followers that are moving over from other platforms and from my old coaching clients and all that. So The first 200 people get to join school for free. It's a community of like-minded people, and we combine science and spirituality. We combine the neuroscience and psychology and metaphysics and spirituality because you are all of those things. Okay. So we have to treat you as a whole being. And that's what we do over there. But the first 200 people can join our community for free. Okay. All right. I'm going to light my dragon's blood incense here. Bring a little dragon energy into our readings today. We love that dragon energy, guys. My first dragon that I interacted with for real, like physically in this realm, was in the first grade, in a Montessori school in the first grade. And it was a baby dragon. And it came to toy and play with a circle of friends of mine. It's a very interesting little story. And I'll never forget that little bugger. He was so cute. Baby dragons are exceedingly mischievous, very mischievous. And when you have a room full of children who are still in touch with their imagination, and so they're not blocking this out, they're able to actually sense it, it becomes crazy. And this little dragon really toyed with us because we were all still young enough to see and believe in that. And that little guy had a heyday with us. All right. Hi, Koeasy. Let's say hi to everybody, and then we'll get into our readings here. Again, guys, sorry I'm on so late, but I have been caught up with parental emergencies, or so they thought, for the last 2 hours. I couldn't deny my parents' assistance here. Okay. Hi, Kelly. Lori, welcome. Lois, hello. Priscilla, nice to see you. Guys, if you could please be specific. Spirit's latest tactic for me in trying to help me help and assist more people on my live free readings to speed me up a little bit is to ask me to ask you to please be more specific in your reading, just so that we go right to the question, right? Like, I want to speak to so-and-so or whatever. Just because that helps me connect, just like with an in-person reader, you might hand them a photograph or an object that belonged to someone. I love cold readings, but Spirit's right. It does help me connect more quickly if I'm trying to get to more of you, okay? Yay, I love that, Kelly. Oh, gosh. Thank you, Lois. Blessings back to you too, my dear. Tanya, great to see you. Oh, let's see. Lori, how do you know what kind of animal? I'm assuming are you meaning like animal totems and messengers? Is that what you're meaning, Lori? Let me know if that's what you mean. Mystic A, welcome. Lisa May. Oh, great. Thanks for letting me know where you're from. Canada. Forgot that. If you guys let me know where you're from, that's always fun. Let's see. So June, if you could please be more specific, sweetheart. Let's see. You're asking for a message from your dad again, Koeasy. Okay, I'll get you started, buddy. I don't know if he's got anything new for you, Koeasy. Let's see. Yes, absolutely, Lois. You can ask about totem animals. Absolutely. And this is also something, Lois, if you end up coaching with me, Tanya, I've got you starred. If you end up coaching with me, Lois, the Awakening Your Intuition online course, we actually cover that intensely. That's one of the chapters is animals on there. We talk about animal totems. We also talk about it in our mastermind. So if you guys want to join my 2 masterminds a week, they're 90 minutes each for $47 a month, which is really cheap. It's group coaching, but it's very inexpensive. But we answer all these questions and we go into your animal totems, your animal messengers, and people get to practice on a daily basis. They get to say, oh, hey, my gosh, this one came into my dream and I had this happen. What does that mean? And I help them learn how to figure that stuff out for themselves so that you can be really empowered. Okay. So yes, we absolutely can, Lois. This it's a great question, guys, because on Furball Friday, we do animal mediumship, animal communication readings, and we also can help you with your animal totems and messengers, anything animal. That's why in the description I tried to put that. I put animal wisdom and guidance. I left the guidance part out today. Lisa May, let's see. Okay, you want to hear from your dad. So Lisa May, here's what I would do. On Sunday, I'm going to do a bonus online live readings. Today is just for non-human animals. But Monday and Wednesday, and then this Sunday, I'll do a bonus readings. I will do human readings as well. Okay. If you want to find out when that is, just like and follow my psychic medium page that I have down here, and or join my school for free while you still can, before there's 200 people in there. Okay. And then it'll tell you when I'm going to be on and you can get the lives. Or Veronica has the best readers I've ever seen on here. You could get on and let somebody else on Find Me a Medium read for you as well. Okay, let's see. See, hold down here. I'm just starring you guys before I get going. Yes, Lori, that's what you meant. Okay. So June, you need to ask specifically, please, honey. Let's see. Chewy, Kelly, I've got you starred. Lori, you're from Vermont. Awesome. Let's see. Rosie. So, Rosie, Rosie, again, and guys, my sincere apologies, but I do reserve Fridays for non-human animals. So if you join my school and or like and follow my psychic medium page, you guys can show up on Sunday. Those of you wanting human readings, not animal readings today, I will read for you on Sunday if you show up there, okay? You can also find me on YouTube. It's all listed on here. Oh my God, you guys have so many great questions. I'm so excited. Your childhood dog, Snoopy. Okay, Rosie, got you starred. Let's see. All right, Lois, got you starred again. Angela, hello, how are you? Good to see you too. All right. Okay, so I just want to make sure, guys, I have these starred because it starts moving fast, and then when I do readings, I have to scroll back down. Hi, Kira. I'm glad you like the lives, Lois. Thanks for the feedback. Let's see. Would love to hear from Zoe, my girl who passed at 14. Awesome. Okay. Not awesome that she passed, but awesome you're being specific. Okay. Lois, if I'm just learning school, so I'm trying to learn how to upload the ability to join my lives for the monthly subscription through school. So give me a couple days. I have a bunch of people asking about that actually, and I'm trying to get them to join through school. So give me a couple days. Then that way it'll simplify how people are paying and joining. Okay. Because I have a bunch of people that have to kind of move over from PayPal and Venmo. All right. So let me answer your question first, Lori. I'm going to go up here and just go where Spirit guides me here. We're going to work our way down the list. And Priscilla, just be specific and then I will star you. Okay, Priscilla? So that's how. Hopefully that answers your question. Yeah, I'm glad I made it tonight too, Lois. Let's see. So there's lots of ways, guys, and this is sort of Lois and Lori are asking similar questions in this similar category. So I'm going to sort of combine your guys' questions when I put things up on the board here. First of all, I would, if I were you guys, I would get, some of you have heard me say this already, Animal Speak and Animal Wise. And it's by Ted Andrews, who sadly has passed away, but I would go for Animal Speak first. That's his basic book. I love Ted Andrews. He was very closely related to Native American work and spirits. And he was so connected to these non-human animal souls and like the Native American speak, the aspects of them speaking to us. And so what I do is, and I should have brought my animal reading cards down. I might do that. I might go back up upstairs and get those for you guys. People haven't been asking about that, so I didn't bring them down. But there are lots of ways that you can tell. Your spirit messengers, your animal messengers are different than your animal totems, which are different than your spirit animals, right? So like your animal totems usually refer to your Native American totems. And you can find out what that is based on your birthday, the time of year that you're born. So for example, like September and November is like the turtle is one of them. March and April, the red-tailed hawk is one of them. Okay. And those are the animal totems that mark like personality characteristics, things that you'll be learning, qualities and traits that you have. It's like a tone and a framework and an energy, an animal energy that basically surrounds and guides you throughout your life. Okay. Then you have your spirit animals, and your spirit animals I see as being, I like to describe them to my Awakening Your Intuition and coaching clients as they're like your animal spirit guides. Okay. Your regular spirit guides, which by the way, guys, our next spirit guide is August 29th. If you'd like to join, your regular spirit guides are like the same type of soul as you. Maybe not the same type of soul, but they're more of like a human soul, okay? And but your spirit animals, the way I describe them, are like your animal spirit guides, okay? I'm going to put my email in here. If you guys want to join me at your spirit guides, you need to text spirit guides, not text. You need to email spirit guides to larkinsreadings@gmail.com. Make sure you save my email to your contacts, or when I send you the Zoom link, it'll go to spam. Okay. But so how you know is, let's say I find that the spirit animals, Lori, and the animal totem, not totems, the spirit animal, I don't find the animal totems will show up for you. And you'll have connections to them in certain ways. But I find that it's the spirit animal and the spirit messengers that tend to show up for you out of the blue. The other ones are kind of consistently there throughout your life, right? But the spirit animals and the spirit messengers, the spirit messengers aren't necessarily with you your whole life, like a spirit animal. Okay, or spirit guide animal, right? The spirit messengers can show up just one time, because they bring a specific type of message, or they can deliver it in a certain way, or you're at a certain vibrational frequency in your life. Or they can show up, they can be one that is sent to you often. So here's one example. The cardinal, right? The red birds we have here in the United States, the cardinal, that is a family spirit animal. A family messenger within my family. My grandfather had a very strong attachment to it, both of my grandfathers. And so that became a symbol of my family. Even my cousins, who I hardly ever talk to, and I maybe see once every 3 or 4 years, we all use that. And so we know when a cardinal shows up in an unusual way, or comes and sits with us, or all of a sudden one year I had 30 pairs of cardinals in my yard. No lie, 30 pairs. That was saying, okay, like grandma and grandpa are really close, really present, right? So animal messengers can be ones that come once, or they can be often, but they'll show up typically in really obvious ways. So they might show up closer to you than would normally be, or they might have an unusual behavior, like maybe they sit on the hood of your car, or they come and sit right next to you and they don't seem afraid. Or it's a hummingbird that comes right here and just stays here, right? The behavior is unusual. It obviously gets your attention, and it brings something to mind that is relevant to the message, okay? And usually that pops into your head or into your awareness, okay? And then the spirit guide animals are ones that we have our whole lives. And we usually have several of those. Like I know one of mine is the spider, for example. If I am in a situation that's not necessarily in alignment for me, there's a lot of confusion and I need clarity and I need to make a change, or I'm surrounded by people and energy that is not in alignment with me, I will have like spider dreams. When the whole time I lived in Scotland, because of my relationship situation and other things going on there, I had spider dreams. I'd never had spider dreams. I think during the time I dated that person, I had 2 more spider dreams here while I was home in the US. But for the most part, we lived in Scotland for half of our relationship. And I would have these waking dreams of these spiders. And they would like crawl up my covers. They'd be under the covers. Now in Scotland, we didn't have spiders like the ones I dreamed of. The only spiders they have in Scotland are like those little things that look like strings. They don't even look like animals. Like they're not even, they don't look like a spider. Like they look like a spider web, right? They're basically non-existent. But I was having dreams of like these big black fuzzy spiders, and they'd crawl up under the bed, and I'd wake up screaming. Now I don't mind spiders. I used to hold tarantulas and scorpions and demo and educate people on them at the zoo. I let them crawl all over me. I'm not afraid of spiders. But in these dreams, they were so intense and so focused. And what were they doing under my covers? Crawling up my body, right? So I would wake up and scream, and I'd flip all the lights on, and my ex and I would pull off all the covers, and he's going, look, there aren't any spiders like this here. But I would swear, guys, like it was a visitation. So the spiders are one of mine. And they're actually cool. They can go where they can go into the unknown. They can go into the deep, complex web and understand and unravel things, which is what I do with my psychic abilities, right? There's so many cool things about spiders. It's a great animal, spirit animal to have. Another one of my spirit animals is I'm telling you guys about me so that you can relate and try to pick out what yours are, because I probably won't get to everyone to tell you what your animal totem is. But if you join my mastermind or you get into by my online Awakening Your Intuition course, we get really in depth in getting to know your spirit animal. But my mom got me this little mug and the owl is another one. And I'll just quick tell you guys this because I want you to relate it to you. Okay. Ask yourself, do any of these types of things happen to me that they could be my spirit animal? I had never seen an owl, guys, in the wild. I did birdathons. I grew up at the zoo. I was an animal educator. Never seen an owl other than handling one at the zoo. And it was so frustrating. I'd go to a birdathon. Everybody would see it but me. Well, as soon as I turned like 25, owls just were everywhere. And now, like 1 out of 3 times I take a hike, an owl will come out of nowhere in broad daylight and show up or call real close to me. And so this started happening when I turned 25. And I'd be walking through the woods with my dogs and with my mom, and there'd be a barred owl, come land 3 feet from me. I could have reached out and touched it with my dogs there. And it would follow me, literally follow me through the woods with my dogs. So this started happening. And then one night I had this amazing owl dream. And the owl was like the size of a car. And I remember it came swooping in, and I thought it was going to eat me. I literally thought it was going to pick me up and eat me. And just as I went, it landed right in front of me, put its wings down, turned its head to the side, and turned into a dog. So it was really neat. So I learned I had the spider animal, spirit animal, an owl spirit animal, and a dog and or a wolf spirit animal. Okay. I have more, but I want you guys to use those stories and take a look at throughout your life what animals have shown up consistently. And here's the kicker. I have a friend who I board with who has beetles who will not leave her alone, even in the winter. The beetles are one of her animal totems. Sorry, Venetia. And she's like, oh no, she can't stand the beetles. But they're one of her animal totems, right? She's soft and wise and gentle on the inside, but she's really actually very strong and well protected. There's so many great symbols that the beetle has, but that's one of her spirit animals. Okay. So what I'd recommend before I get into readings is just take notes, like start logging and thinking back over your life, which animals really stand out for you, which ones have come to you in dreams, or they show up all the time, or you really don't like them, or you really love them. That can also be a sign that they're spirit animals. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Let's see. Lori, I'm going to share a couple that pop up for you, and I'm going to do this for Lois as well. So interesting. So there's a couple that I get for you guys. And guys, if they're not like the animals you hope they are, don't be upset about it. Okay. But Lori, interestingly enough, I have a couple animals popping in for you as spirit animals and or messengers. And I have to look and see which one they're telling me is which. And you might be able to decipher this for yourself as well. But the ones that are showing up for me right now for you, Lori, actually are animals that are related to be close to water. One is the kingfisher. I don't know if you know what the kingfisher is. You can look it up in Animal Speak. Really beautiful, amazing birds. They're kind of rare to see, but if you're on the river, stream, or a lake, you can see a kingfisher. They're absolutely exquisite. They stand out. They're beautiful. They're quick thinking. They're fishers. So they're very accurate. They're very particular. And, you can look up what they mean, but that is coming through for you right now, Lois. Also, a fish is showing up for you. And I'm asking which fish. I'm not getting specifically which fish it is, but salmon keeps popping up for me. I see that salmon color. I see the ability to swim upstream and go against the current. And I see the strength of that. I see the tenacity of that. And that is coming through for you as well. Guys, do not underestimate. Again, if these are animals you don't want or like, you're like, oh man, why isn't it a bear or a falcon or something like that? All of these animals, guys, are blessings. They are wise. They are gifted. They are beautiful. They are soulful. They're so powerful. So look them up and you guys will find out that you have that. Okay. Let's see. So we have the salmon, the kingfisher for you. And then I also, I'm trying to ask them what they're showing me a water mammal. And I'm trying to see, is it a beaver or is it an otter? It looks like it's an otter. You may have one maybe have been a messenger and one because they're both in your vicinity, but it looks like the spirit animal is the otter, which is they're also quick thinking, focused, decisive. This doesn't mean that you have to be, right? So these spirit animals, guys, can either be similar to you or they can be things that you need, right? But it can go with the current or swim against the current. It keeps a rock for life in a little pouch of fat in its belly. And so it's loyal to that rock. It uses that rock as a tool. And that shows that it's able to be resourceful. And they're very nurturing for their babies. They're able to float. So they have this ability to just be able to relax and float and go with the flow when they need to. And that's amazing. But I would look those things up in Animal Speak. You can just get on Amazon, get online. You might be able to get one at half price books or look it up online, Lori. But Animal Speak by Ted Andrews. Here, I'll put this in the comments. Animal Speak. If I had doing no typos. Trying to type over my incense. Animal Speak by Ted Andrews. I recommend all of my clients get this, guys. Like all of my Awakening Your Intuition clients, I tell them to get this book because we end up using it a lot. Animals are really here to help us. So Animal Speak by Ted Andrews, you can look those up. Okay. Isn't that cool? All right. Let's see. Lori, thank you for your question. I'm going to continue this with Lois's. Let's see here. And then we'll get to your animal mediumship, guys. I just want to answer these animal totem questions, which are so cool. Let's see here. Can I ask which ones I have? Okay. So we'll do yours here. And then you had another cool question about that, Lois. I want to see. Okay. And why you got specific animals. Okay. So for all of you, the reason Lois also asked why she has specific animals. The reason you guys have specific animals are because those are the things you need. Those are the qualities and traits that you need. The energy supports you. So if you all remember on Monday and Wednesday, I was sharing how our soul is not all in our body. There's only a little bit of it in our body because we have an inner and an outer universe, right? But the majority of our soul, like that light we go to when we pass away, that's us first reconnecting with the rest of our soul. Our soul is way too large to just be embodied inside of this little shell, right? So just like your cats and dogs and birds and horses and things come, especially cats and dogs, cats specifically, they can carry an extension of your energy with them. In other words, they sort of help hold up extra part of your soul here in this world so that more of you can come through. Just sort of like that, our spirit animals support us, support our soul, support our purpose and our mission in this particular life. So they may either bring with them characteristics that we need to strengthen or we need to embody, or just an extension of reflection of the ones that we have, right? So for example, the owl and the spider both are strongly related with spiritual and psychic gifts and abilities, metaphysical abilities, the merging of worlds. That's very very descriptive of me as a human being in this particular lifetime, right? So it makes sense that I have multiple animals that are supporting those characteristics and that represent those characteristics, and they're sort of an extension of me, right? So I have animal spirit guides that support that. Okay. As far as the messengers go, the animal messengers come basically due to the message that you need and who and how they can deliver it. Okay. So that's a good one. So let's look in and see, let's see what you have going on, Lois. You have a lot of cat energy. Oh, this is interesting because I have a big Black Panther as a spirit guide energy, and I immediately get Black Panther. So you have this Black Panther energy. Now, Black Panthers, guys, are actually, people don't know this, but they're actually they're leopards or jaguars. And leopards and jaguars both have, here's my animal training from the past, but they both have the rosettes. So they have, like, if you see the patterns on a leopard, those are called rosettes. And typically they have like the tan with the black and tan rosettes on them. The Black Panthers are leopards or jaguars, and they both have rosettes. And if you look at them with the light shining just right, you'll actually see that. Most people think Black Panther is a completely separate cat. It's not. It either has to be a leopard or a jaguar. Okay. So I'm telling you this, Lois, because this can be very helpful to you if you're looking this up. Black cats are really cool. The Black Panthers, the Black leopards and jaguars bring on a lot of the same characteristics as a domestic black cat, because each type of domestic cat has its own energy and its own personality. And black cats tend to be very socially gifted. Even the one I have here living with us, Pumpkin, she's kind of awkward. They're still very socially wise, and they are very persistent. They can be very observant. They can like to go to, symbolically high places, but it's not always high places. It's places where they can observe first. I think that the Jungle Book really, with Bagheera, really represented a lot of the nature of the Black Panther. The wisdom, the stealthiness, the ability to observe first, and the tenacity and persistence no matter what. So that's a great totem animal to have. Lois, let me see here. Let me check out and see. And again, guys, look up more details for this in Animal Speak, okay? Let's see here. Hi, Shannon. Welcome. Hi, Val. Let's see here. I'll get down to your guys' comments in a minute. I want to tap into Lois's other animal totems here. I'm sure there are more. We might not get to all of them, Lois, but I'm asking the other ones to come forward here. I love this, what you guys are talking about here. It's so cute. Let's see here. Interesting. So, so I'm also getting, I don't know exactly which type, Lois, but I'm getting, um, it looks like a really large bee. It's black and yellow. So it might be a bumblebee. Bumblebees are amazing. They work very hard. They're very gentle, but they're very focused. I used to have, and I actually love carpenter bees as well. Carpenter bees, everyone's like, oh no, carpenter bees. Carpenter bees are awesome. But these large types of bees are really neat. They're not dangerous like the small African bees that we get over here, or the hornets or wasps. They're very gentle. You know, if they sting, right, they die, right? So bees try not to sting, but bumblebees and carpenter bees will study you. Like I remember when I lived in Loveland, I had carpenter bees come out every spring, and I would sit down in my lounge chair because that's where I like to work, and they would come 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They'd all hover right in front of me, and they'd take turns. But the first week they were out, they would come real close, and I'd say hi to them, and they'd move around studying me. And I would let them study me, and I would say hi. They'd see I was harmless. I would see they were harmless, and they'd leave my dogs and I alone. Now, the ground hornets were a different story, but so I love this. I see, a large bee. I'm thinking it's the bumblebee that's coming in for you, Lois, and I would look that up as well. It's amazing because like their wing speed is incredible. How much they can accomplish is amazing. And they're just lovely creatures. And they're actually a really powerful spirit animal. So I would look that up in your in Animal Speak as well. Let's see. Let's see. I'll get to this in a second here. I was working in my dining room the other week. It backed into my garden. 2 white butterflies really caught my attention. Initially, I thought it was my granddad and dad. Yes. So that would be animal messengers, Lois. That's an example of animal messengers. And yes, absolutely. Guys, Lois brought a really good point in here. If you see an animal show up and you immediately are like, oh, that's dad and granddad, then that's what it is. Okay. Before you have the time to get overthinking it and thinking it and processing it and going, is it really? Oh, I don't really know. I need more evidence. That's it. Right. So one of the ways we do readings is we learn to filter out what comes in immediately and what our brain intercepts. So you don't want when your mind starts intercepting and questioning, that's when you're going to start making things up. Okay, again, this is something my coaching clients learn. We work on in the mastermind is how to refine that ability. So if you're, if you were immediately like, oh, it was my dad and my granddad. Yes, absolutely. Yes, it was. And they chose something that you immediately, the butterflies triggered it, Lois, but the knowing was there. Does this make sense, guys? So the knowing was actually there. They were there giving you the knowing, but it's the butterflies that got your attention to think and recognize what your intuition was bringing through from behind. Does that make sense? Kelly, if you're on here and you're listening to this because you're in my Awakening Your Intuition Mastermind, this is stuff I put into the online course as well. But you'll relate to this as well, Kelly. Okay. All right. Let's see if we can get a third. Let's see if we can get a third spirit animal for you, Lois, if one wants to come through today or not. Horse. You have a horse. That's amazing. Oh my God. I have just the biggest chills. So before there was nothing else came up yet. And I was like, okay, is there a third spirit animal you guys would like to introduce for Lois? There wasn't anything. I saw your comment about the butterfly. We did that. I come back. I said, okay, is there a third spirit animal you all would like to share for Lois? And the horse popped in. Wow, this is amazing. So look that up. Beautiful, wild, running free. They're very empathic. They have huge electromagnetic auric fields. They are tremendous healers. They are strong and yet gentle at the same time. They're a really amazing combination of contradicting qualities, which is really neat. That's amazing. Um, and you also, hold on, you got one more. Ah, you have a fish too. I'm actually not surprised since you're a Pisces, although that doesn't always have anything to do with it. Hold on. I'm trying to figure out what type. What is this? I think this might be a fish I'm unfamiliar with. Um, um, what is it? It's like, it looks like it's like blue and green. Uh, let's see. Let me see here. Hold on. Um, I'm seeing this beautiful blue and green fish, and I'm not getting a name. I think it's something I didn't know. Hold on a second, Lois. I'm looking to see if I can find a blue and green fish that matches what I'm seeing so I can tell you what kind of fish it is. Hold on, guys. Lois, I might have to get back to you on this. There's a fish that's showing up for you, and it's blue and green. Very clearly, obviously blue and green. But I'm not very familiar with fish, guys. I'm wondering if it's a green. I keep getting bluegill, but I don't really know that it's a bluegill because I don't really know what they look like. Let's see. And I don't know if you'll be able to find bluegill in Animal Speaks, Lois. But let's see. There's also a sunfish. All right, I'm gonna have to get back to you on this, I think, Lois. It might be a damselfish. Okay. Lois, I'm going to have to get back to you on this. I don't know what kind of fish this is that I'm seeing. So I'm going to have to look this up and get back to you. But they're very specific. There's a blue-green fish that is showing up for you. And I just don't know my fish. So I don't know what to tell you that it is. But I think it's really significant. So I'm going to get back to you if that's okay on that, Lois, because I'm going to have to take some time and look that up. Okay. All right. All right, guys. Hi, Kira. Okay. Let's see here. All right, guys. Let's get to some animal. Very playful, Tanya. Yeah. Let's get to some animal mediumship. Lori, let's see here. I've got you started for Buster, Lori. Kira. All right. Dark Star and Rolo. All right. We got lots of mediumship readings we got to get to, guys. And I have a workshop I have to take at 8 o'clock. So, yes, keep an eye out, Lois. I've got to look that up for you and see what I see. Let's see here. All right, guys. Sorry, guys, it's been a long time on that, but I appreciate you guys asking about those. We get into that a lot, guys. If you guys decide you want to join my 2 masterminds a week for $47 a month, we talk about this stuff. And then if you want the online Awakening Your Intuition course, you can get that too. And it's for you to keep for life. And it's got trainings about all this kind of stuff. And it's fun. Let's see. Can you tell me exactly what happened to my pet cat and dog from childhood? Possibly if an animal around that they were reincarnated into. Oh my goodness. So you don't know what happened to either one of them, Kira? Oh. Okay. Oh dear. Okay. So guys, I'm gonna put my school in here again, because when we get off today, I know I'm still not going to get to everyone. So if you want a message from me, otherwise you can get readings from Veronica's other readers. They're amazing. Veronica's awesome. If you want a reading from me, I'm going to do a special bonus readings for animals and non-human animal, like for humans and animals on Sunday. If you join my school, I just posted down there. The first 200 people get to join that community for free. You'll be able to see when I'm online. I have my whole calendar of events and everything. You'll be able to join everything there, or like and follow my psychic medium page, because I can guarantee you I'm not going to be able to get to everybody today. Okay. But boy, I'm trying. All right. So Kira, I'm sorry, first of all, that you don't know what happened to either your cat or your dog. I'm very sorry about that. I will say to everyone, I highly recommend, as time has gone on and I've grown up with so many animals, I have learned that it's important to not let them roam free. If you have cats, please do not let them loose. They can get diseases, eaten by coyotes, eaten by foxes, eaten by owls and hawks. They most of the time they end up getting diseases from other cats. So just don't. They get used to being inside unless you can train them to walk outside, or you have a privacy fence like two of my cats where they wouldn't leave the yard. If you've got dogs, guys, do not let them run off a lead unless they're trained like my German Shepherds were, where they wouldn't go anything without my parents' command. Just don't. Chip your animals, and be careful. And Kira, this is nothing against you or your family. Like growing up, my family didn't know that either. And there were lots of animals that got hit by cars and lost and that sort of thing. Okay. So I'm not seeing an outcome for your dog. It looks like your cat wandered off and was picked up by someone. At least that's what I'm picking up on, Kira. Animals do reincarnate with us about 30% of the time. I would say about 30%. Cats especially will often, well, cats and dogs, they'll both come back sometimes to you. Sometimes they just stay on the other side and they pass on, like they'll pass on their space and their energy. So like when there's a space from their absence and they're passing on, they want you to actually bring another animal into your home, because they have left that space there for the next animal to be loved and to love you. So they want you to get more animals when they pass away. But sometimes they do come back. Like my uncle's cat, I always talk about, came back 4 times. Because he was, that was his agreement with my uncle. They came back. He was an extension of his energy. Just depends on the purpose of the animal. If they do reincarnate, Kira, it will be the cat would reincarnate as a cat and the dog as a dog. Okay. These are collective souls, and they have, like, cats have cat souls, dogs have dog souls. So they will come back in that way. The only exception to that is if an angel chooses to incarnate in another form as something else. And that's also very difficult for them to do, because it's hard for them to get their vibrational frequency down here into this world like that. Okay. Let's see. So I am not getting that they are incarnated, Kira. It doesn't mean that they won't. I'm not getting that they reincarnated with you. But I am getting that they have stayed close to you, and they came as a part of your soul family. So I find it interesting, and I'm asking Spirit, Kira, why and how it is that you don't know what happened to either of them, that both of them you don't know what happened to. So okay, so I'm getting let's see. Hi, Geraldine, you're back. Let's see. So Geraldine, I don't know if you joined my school or not. I would join my school, honey. On Sunday, I'm going to be doing regular readings. Today is just non-human animals. Okay. I'm very fierce about keeping this to just non-human animals because they get neglected. Okay. So, you had the cat put to sleep. Okay. Well, then maybe that's a different cat. Hold on. Let me check in and see. You want to know health-wise what happened. So, Kira, let me ask you this then. And Geraldine, again, join us on Sunday, okay? If you look at my school, I'll post when I'm going to be there on Sunday. So Kira, let me ask you this then. Who is the cat that you have that was associated with your animal that wandered off? Because I'm seeing there was a cat closely associated to you, to your family, that disappeared, that wandered off. Who was that? Let me know in the comments who that was. And thank you for your feedback. So I'm going to go back and find out who. Let me tune into the cat that you put to sleep. Was this the orange cat, Kira? Let me know yes or no. Was this the orange cat? Let me know if this was the orange cat. Because there's an orange cat showing up here. Let's see here. Hi, Geraldine. Hi, Abby. You're welcome, Lois. Sorry, I'm catching up on comments here while I'm waiting for Kira. Oh, you missed some. Oh, my goodness. Cop at the door. Okay. So what I said, Kira, was so there is a cat associated with you that disappeared. And that's the one that was picked up by a family. So I don't know who that is. Maybe it wasn't you directly. Maybe it was a relative. There is a cat associated, connected to you, connected to your family, that just disappeared, that wandered off. I don't know who that is. So is the cat you put to sleep, is that the short-haired orange cat? Let me know in the comments, yes or no. Hope everything's okay with the cop at the door. You tamed an orange cat. Okay. Okay, well, the Himalayan's the one you put to sleep. Okay. So, okay, well, the orange cat is very present. You tamed an orange cat. Could this orange cat have wandered off, Kira? Could this cat have wandered off? Did the orange cat just disappear? Because the orange cat is the one that was very present first. That's the one that showed up first, okay? Yes, I get it. You put the Himalayan down. I got that. But I'm focusing on the orange cat because the orange cat is the one that has come out so loud. I see you, Rosie. I got you starred. Looks like Morris. Yes. Okay, I got that. So, Kira, we're going to get to the Himalayan, but I'm focused on the orange cat because the orange cat is the one that came in first when you said cat and dog. So I'm following what Spirit is guiding me to do. That orange cat wanted to come through to you. Okay. And so when you said what happened to your cat and dog, the first cat that popped up for me was the orange cat. And you're saying you did tame an orange cat. Okay. And what the orange cat was showing me is that the orange cat had wandered away. They showed me this originally, which is why I thought it was the orange cat you were referring to. But just like with human souls, sometimes an animal soul has to come in first for the animal soul that you are asking about to come through. So it looks to me like the Himalayan is moving forward now that we've acknowledged the orange cat. And that is not uncommon to have happen, because as we were going on, that I was getting this feeling, no, it wasn't. The cat you were referring to was not missing and wandering off. It passed away. Then your comment said you put the cat down. So now this is starting to make a bigger picture for me. But the orange cat, let's finish with the orange cat first, wants you to know how much love there is for you. Oh my gosh. Loves you so much. And Kira, Not only did you tame the orange cat, but the orange cat is the one that showed me they wandered off and were picked up and found and loved by a family. So you're taming, you're teaching the cat that it was okay to associate with people and how to interact, actually gave this cat a good life, an amazing life. Okay. So please know that, that this orange cat loves you desperately. All right. So now we can move on to the Himalayan because the orange cat really wanted to come through to you. Okay. And guys, it looks like Morris. Glad. Yeah. Yeah. But here's the thing, guys. I want you to understand animals that you might not think you had a big impact or an impression on. It's a huge deal to them. Like there can be animals that love you that you didn't even think that much of, but they loved you and you changed their life. And that's what happened with this orange cat. Now, as far as the Himalayan goes, okay, I'm immediately getting that he had a type of cancer. This cat had a type of cancer. And I'm seeing things. I don't know if they found this when they, let's see. When you're putting your cat to sleep, I'm not sure if they found this or not, but I'm being shown this lower abdominal area. I'm not sure if they found tumors or anything in there. You might be able to go back and look at the records and get some sort of validation, Kira. But I am finding that he had cancer. It was a type of cancer. Now, I can vouch for this in the fact that I've had so many pets, and I've had several times with cats or dogs where the cancer was not found until it was too late, or until I was in the ER with them and we had to put them down. The good part about that is they didn't have to suffer through treatments, right? And that you didn't have to suffer through the worry and the debate and the dilemma. And that was quick. You did the right thing in calling the, and saying, okay, it's time. But it was sort of, there wasn't much of a choice there. I'm saying there wasn't much of a choice there. Also, I'm getting the number 7 and the number 14. So does the number 7 or 14 associate to any of these animals? I see it, Kweezy. You were only about 7. Okay. All right. Because the number 7's been coming up. All right. So you probably would have been aware of less than your parents were, the way you remember it. We always remember things from the age that we were. So you were remembering this from the age of a 7-year-old. Oh, no way. Your older brother was 14. Okay. Well, what your cat was telling me was 7 and 14, 7 and 14. So let them be validation that your kitty's actually really here talking to you. Okay. But also please know that it was your kitty's time. It was the right time. It was when your cat's soul chose to move on. And I'm just seeing that this was a quick moving cancer that occurred. And it just, the cat was able to function there until, that last bit of time. So you guys were able to spend more full time with your cat. Like, you know what I'm saying? Have more of a full life with your cat before he passed on. But, guys, if you keep talking to them, they can hear you just like humans can. Okay. Let's see. And they're there and they'll be there. So Kira, your kitty's a part of your soul family. Okay. And he's there with you and loves you. I will tell you that he did see, you all and your sadness after. And your cat's also sharing with me your ongoing love of animals, and says that, one of his jobs was to be a part of you connecting with animals at a young age, so that you would have that love and connection. And he really knew his purpose. Okay. And and you can let me know yes or no in the comments if any of this stuff makes sense. I see you, Geraldine. I got you starred. Let's see here. Wait a second. Hold on. Having trouble scrolling down. Can't believe it. Your oldest brother was 14. That's amazing. Okay. I'll get to you, Geraldine. I see you about Prince. Just let me know, Kira, please, in the comments. Yes or no. Yes or no. Your cat just wants to make sure that you know that, just more as part of your validation, that he witnessed you guys and he saw you and he stayed with you all as long as you were at the animal hospital. And the time that you took to grieve right after he passed, he wants you to know that he felt you guys loving on him and touching him and whispering to him that even after the vet told you he was gone, he wants you to know he could hear you. He was right there in the room, okay, watching you, and watching you guys and your sadness and your pain. And he wants you to know that he was there and he heard everything you said, continues to hear everything that you say, and he knows how you felt and loved you so much. And all he wanted you guys to know at that time was how much he loved you back and that he was fine. He felt good again and that he would see you again. Okay. And he's waited all these years, Kira, to be able to give you that validation that he's really there and tell you that. Okay. He loved you so, 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 so much. You were his little girl. Okay. I'm just very touched by this. I love this. I love when the animals are showing me they can see you there with them and they're loving you while you are mourning them. Okay. But he's still with you. All right. Let's quick tap into your doggy. I'm going to send your little Morris kitty with you. And let's see here if this is validated for you. If anything I said makes sense to you. She was a girl. Okay. That's okay. Guys, as souls, they're neither one. So let's see. You stayed in the room and watched him pass. Awesome. She was a girl. Wonderful. You stayed and watched. Wonderful. That was very brave of you. It was very brave of you. Let's see here. You feel her in your new kitten? Okay. Well, I don't see her as incarnated back yet, but if you feel that that's who is there, a lot of times, just like with humans, Kira, a lot of times souls will interact with each other before they come, and they will bring back some of the collective energy and the love and the energy of the cat before. But if you really feel like that's her coming back to you, then I would trust that no matter what I say. Okay. You can totally trust that if you recognize that. Sometimes, new cat souls come with similar characteristics and they have spent time with our other kitties and they know us that well. And so we feel that familiarity. And sometimes it really is them. Okay. So, maybe that is her. Is that funny to you? Okay. It's true though. I mean, you have to trust yourself. That's not what I see, but that, doesn't mean that that's not true. We just have to be careful that it's not because we want them to be back. Okay. She might very well be coming back to you. I don't give a lot of attention to, unless they show me if an animal is a male or female, because when we cross back over, we show up for people in readings as one or the other, but our energy is neutral. And so although I picked up a feminine energy from your cat, because you had said like Morris, my brain inserted it's a boy. So I started saying he. This is why I say to you guys, and you were fine, actually, Kira, what you wrote was just fine. But this is why I say to you guys when I'm doing mediumship readings, say yes or no in the thing I'm asking about, because any little bit of information can trip our brain and it can cause us to produce wrong information instead of validation, right? But you still got a lot of validation. You got validation for passing, you got validation for her seeing you in the vet's office and seeing you when you put her down. You got validation with you and your brother's age. So she still was able to come through validation. But I did get thrown when you said Morris. My brain was like, oh, I'm going to associate this with a boy, even though I felt a girl energy. So that's very, very common and easy to do. And we talk about that in the Awakening Your Intuition program, because readings and all psychic abilities are picking up on the subtleties. So subtle. And because souls don't associate with being male or female, that can be a very tricky thing to pick up on. And unless the animal makes it very obvious. Okay. All right. So let's quick tune in on your dad. Hi, Sunshine. Good to see you. Let's see. And maybe it is her, Kira. It very well might be her. It might just be that because I was reading from her passing that she hasn't shown me yet that she's back, because I'm tapping into your cat and your dog on the other side from having passed. So, don't discount the fact that it might be her, but just be careful that you're not. I think the thing we have to be careful of, guys, is that we don't want an animal or a person to reincarnate for us so badly that we impose the personality of the life they had when we knew them first in another incarnation onto them, because then that imprisons them to live up to a being that they aren't any longer, right? It doesn't allow them to be free. You know what I mean? Let's see. When I first saw my new kitten that ran up to me, it's like I'd known her forever. Okay. Well, let's tune into that and see. Maybe that isn't something I tuned into yet. So let's see if that is her. You're just curious. I think it's a great thing to be curious about. Let's see. You don't care if it's her or not because I love this kitten. Well, you and this kitten definitely have a very strong soul connection. Let's see. So, Kira, is this kitten like a white and taupe color? Is this also a long-haired cat? Let me know. Is this also a long-haired cat? And is this a male or female cat that you have right now? Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments. And then let's see. Tuning into your dog while I'm asking that. Tuning into your doggy while I'm asking. Long-haired female, white and brown or black. Okay. All right, cool. That's what I'm seeing. I want to make sure I'm seeing the right one. Okay, that's important. All right, well, let's see. I'm asking your dog to come forward right now, and I'm going to backtrack to your cat's soul, and we're going to figure this out. The cat is familiar with you. That doesn't necessarily mean it was your other cat, though. Okay, so I'm still getting, Kira. I'm still getting this was not your childhood cat's soul, but she knows and is close to your childhood's cat's soul. Subconsciously, she reminds you of that cat. And she is beautiful. That's why I want to make sure I was seeing the right cat. But her soul, I think what's familiar to you, Kira, is her soul knows your soul, just like your first cat did. So she was very excited to get here and to be with you. This kitten you have right here Very excited to be here. Yeah, similar markings. Yeah, I see that. That's what I saw. That's why I wanted to ask what she looked like and make sure I was getting correct that it was a female, because subconsciously that's going to trigger the familiarity. But what you're feeling, Kira, is your first cat soul recognized you and couldn't wait to get to you. This cat also couldn't wait to get to you. And here's another cool thing, Kira. Cats are so neat. Like, sometimes the more deeply we get into the spiritual and the metaphysical, the more cats will show up in our lives. Like, I got a lot of cats right now. And so they can help you with dealing with existing in multidimensional worlds. And as you're moving into this more conscious awakening phase, Kira, you need this cat. You need this cat. Okay. Your dad had 8 or 9 cats and 5 kittens. Oh my God, that sounds like us right now. Oh yes. Oh yes. I have so many cats right now. That's amazing. All right, let's quick tap into your dog. The rest of you are being so patient. I'm so sorry. I am not doing good being, you do need it. You do need it. It's all right. You're going to find a way to get into our masterminds. And then we're going to go so deep into this, Kira. You're going to love it. Let's see here. You're sorry. What are you sorry for, girl? Okay. Did I have that many cats? Tell my husband that. Okay. I'm keeping well, sunshine. Thank you. All right. So let's tune into the dog, and then we got to move on. We got some more. Guys, don't forget, here's my school. If you like this, please make sure you like the live so more people can find it. If you want to join my bonus reading on Sunday, guys, I would like and follow my psychic medium page here. And there's my school. It's only free for the first 200 people. We talk about mindset, manifesting, spirituality, metaphysics, mediumship, all this stuff, all on one platform. And I have everything from free help and assistance and guidance and everything cool to high-end coaching. Okay. We're just getting started, but I'm going to have thousands of people moving over from my other platform. So if you want to join us there and get access to my calendar whenever I'm live or have events, I would join the school, ASAP while there's still spots there. All right. We're going to do your dog here, Kira, because I'm really slow here. You're holding up I'm holding up other readings. You're not, Kira. I am, because the speed of this is up to me. It's not your fault. It's how I'm processing spirit. Okay. So it is not you. Don't you feel bad at all. It is not you. Geraldine says, this is amazing. I'm so glad. I love that you guys are patient enough and learn, hopefully learning from this. Okay. So let's tune into your dog. Let's see here. Kira, what was your dog's name, please? What was your dog's name? And Kira, did your there's also a dachshund here. Is there someone on here that has a dachshund? Or Kira, did your grandmother have a dachshund? Okay, Rolo, you told me that before. Okay, Rolo. Okay. So, Kira, I'm getting the number 10. How does the number 10 relate to you, please? And you had a friend that had a long-haired dachshund Chihuahua mix. Okay. Was this dachshund and Chihuahua mix brown? Was it brown? Lois, bless your heart. That's amazing. I'm glad you guys like it. That's awesome. Furball Fridays is fun. No idea on the 10. Okay. Ask your friend, Kira, because I know we want to read on Rolo, but there's this dachshund that's piggybacking in immediately and just came running to the forefront. Rolo's energy kind of let this happen. She was old. Okay, she'd gotten old. Okay. But I'm sure she was darker when she was younger, like black and brown. Okay, well, let's see. But check with your friend and see if she was like 10 isn't super old. So I don't know if the dog would have been 10, but 10 is definitely coming in association with the dachshund. So I don't know if your friend was 10, if she had the dog for 10 years. Maybe the dog was 10, but 10 really isn't old for a dog. I mean, it can be, but usually more like 12 or 13, you start to see the change in color. Let's see what you said here. Kelly. Let's see here. I love Furball Friday. I know you do, Kelly. I love it. You have access to me all week long in our mastermind, and you still love Furball Friday. Okay. My friend's dog, I think, might have died at around. Okay. Well, I'm definitely getting 10. That's clear, and I trust spirit. So I'm sticking with the number 10 is relevant of something. We don't always understand things are relevant, guys, until later. Sometimes spirit comes through me while we're here, but sometimes you guys are going to be like, no, that didn't make sense. I think Larkin was wrong. And then you're going to get off and you're going to find validation for it. Okay. We've had a lot this week. Check with your friend and check and ask your friend. It might be that she got the dog when it was a couple of years old, and that she had the dog for 10 years. And maybe the dog really passed at like 13 or 14, which is what I think happened. I think the dog passed between 13 and 15 years of age. So you can check that out as well. Hi, Crystal. Okay. Oh my gosh, we have so many missing animals happen. Booger, what a cute name. Okay, let's see. Let's see. She had it for about 10 years. Okay, all right. Well, please let her know, Kira, that her dog came through for her to me and piggybacked on your reading, and that she's fine and she loves her and she's okay on the other side, and that she did the right things. She's sorry she couldn't stay with her forever, but your friend did the right things, okay? Please let your friend know this. Let's see here. Yes, her dog was black and brown. That's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm seeing as well. Okay, and I see yours is black and brown as well. Yes, Rolo I see is black and brown. Yeah. So, all right. So let's see with Rolo. What happened to Rolo? Okay, I immediately, and Kira, I would check this out if you don't know, so that you can get validation for this, guys. And I'm really into the evidence part of this. Okay. I immediately got from hi Jenny. I immediately got that Rolo had something neurological going on. If you were asking what happened to Rolo, I immediately got there was something neurological going on. Let me know if you relate to that. So Rolo is saying like it was definitely the right time to pass. Not psychologically, neurologically. Just look into it. They might not even have, guys might not have evidence of it. It was the right time to exit this world for Rolo. Or the quality of life was not going to be as good. Kira, So Rolo shows me like running in the yard. Did she used to like run, or I don't know. It looks like from the perspective she's showing me, running through grass, playing with children. So I don't know if your brothers were like playing ball or they were playing like football or something together and she was just joining in, or if they were playing directly with her. She shows me her loving to come and like sit by your side and have you wrap your arm around her and kind of lean into you. How loved and safe she felt at the time. Um, and Kira, did she used to snuggle in bed with you? Let me know in the comments, just yes or no, bed, yes or no. She's just trying to give me evidence now that it's really her so that you can see that she's really there. She was always very proud to be with you. No grass? Okay. Well, I'm seeing grass. I am seeing grass. So at some point, ask your brothers. At some point, she is showing me running on grass. Natural ground. So let me know, because somewhere in there, this is what she's showing me. And I believe her. So maybe you didn't have a lot of grass in Arizona, but she is clearly showing me running on grass. Okay. She's showing me soft ground. And then she's showing me sitting next to you. Here, Jackie, you got to go out. Jackie. So ask your family, because I believe what they show me. Okay. So there was at some point that she was running and playing on grass, because she's showing me from her bird's eye view, from her perspective. She's showing me this. Okay. All right. So, one last thing before we move on. Go potty, girls. One last thing is that she still tries to let you know she's there when you think of her. She comes up and sits right up against you like she used to. And I'm also getting that when you're thinking of her, come on, guys, let's go. When you're thinking of her, she also likes to jump up on your bed. Come on, guys. Come on, let's go back in. Time to go in. Come on, let's go. Come on, time to go back inside. She's also showing me jumping up on your bed. So, if you feel very subtly this brush up against you or leaning up against you, or a warmth, or you feel like someone has jumped up on the bed with you can know that she's there with you, okay? All right, Kira, we've had a very nice long reading. I'm not doing too well today, keeping up with my being efficient, am I? I'm going to send your kitty and doggy with you. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I'm going to send them off with you and scroll up here. Let's see here. And good luck with your new kitty. Go on in, Jackie. My little doggies had to go potty too. Come on, guys. Okay. Let's see who I have started next here. Come on out, Tangelo. All right, my critters are all getting wild now. Let's see here. All right, I'm going to scroll up here. Kawezi, Smokey, and Kane are great. Just like before. They're doing great, buddy. Definitely doing great. When you think of them, they still come up and try to rub up against you so you know that they're there. Okay? Keep an eye out for that feather, Kaweezy. Your dad said he's going to send you a real big feather this week. Okay? Maybe it's just going to be a big blue jay feather. I don't know, but he's sending you a big feather this week. I'm excited to hear what that is, buddy. Okay. All right, guys. You guys are probably all logged off. I've taken so long. Let's see here. Okay. All right. I'm going to take a few more minutes here and see who I can get to. And then I have a webinar I'm supposed to be participating in right now. Let's see here. Tanya, are you still there? Tanya, let me know in the comments if you're still there. Don't forget, guys, Lisa May, I'd love to read for you if you want to show up for my makeup readings, my bonus readings this week on Sunday. Guys, just join the school then, okay? You can like and follow my psychic medium page or join school. Remember, it's only free for the first 200 people. So if you want to join, my whole schedule of readings is up there. I have live events in there. I have a live event for women in dating and relationships in there coming up next week. So if you are interested in any of that, I'm also a manifesting coach and mindset mentor. So if you're interested in any of that, that's all on my school. Okay. And you guys can show up Sunday if I don't get to you today. Okay. Let's see if Tanya's still there. Into her cat. Oh, you're there. Great. Hi, Carla. You're back. So, hey, Mitchell. So, Carla, I don't know if you remember on Wednesday. I've been wanting to get to you all week, Carla. And if you remember on Wednesday, I said that I was going to do a bonus reading on Sunday because on Friday, it's Furball Friday. Non-human animals only. So if you join my school or follow my psychic medium page here, you can see when I'm going to post when I will be on Sunday. And you can come Sunday and I'll read for your daughter on Sunday, okay? All right. Thank you for showing up. Okay, Carla. Let's see. So come here, Jackie. So guys, they are there. There are times that we have a harder time getting through to them, right? As psychic mediums, there are times that we maybe they don't resonate with us or they're struggling. Maybe I don't resonate with them. Maybe it takes me a long time to get through. Maybe I can get through quickly. Maybe I just, but just because myself or another reader doesn't get something clear from them doesn't mean they're not there. They are there. Okay. They're there whether we can or not. Thank you, Melissa. Mwah. See you Sunday. Don't forget, if you guys join my school, it'll show you when I'm live. Okay. It'll actually show you literally when I'm live. Hi, Patricia. Welcome. Okay. So, sweet dreams, Carla. Mwah. Hope to see you. I hope to see you on Sunday, honey. Okay. All right. So Tanya, let's tune into your cats. Would love to speak to my 14-year-old cat. Her name is Kitty. Passed a year ago. Ooh. Well, now she's a magical one, isn't she? Huh. Okay, so let's get a couple things. Let's get a couple things clear here. There are a couple cats in the energy, but her energy shot forward, and I'm trying to get a clear visual of her. Tanya, is this the black cat? Just yes or no. Say yes or no, black cat. You don't have to tell me anything more about her. Just yes or no, black cat. Okay. Yes or no, black cat. So Jenny, I'm going to put my school in the comments again. If you scroll up in the comments, it's there. Ona, if you want a reading, please be specific, okay? So Jenny, there's my school, okay? You can join right there and I'll approve it later. Let's see, Tanya. Jackie. My little dog's looking at me. Absolutely. Okay, awesome. Wow. Okay, so you guys can see, and I want to use this as an example. I'm very open about this stuff because I'm not here to please my ego, and my ego isn't here to please your ego. So I have absolutely no qualms about being right or wrong in a reading. Okay. I don't see it as right or wrong. I see it as sifting and sorting through countless vibrational frequencies. And for those of you that don't do it, it's hard. I mean, there's a lot of sifting and sorting that has to happen. And so, like when I was talking to Kira, for example, and her dog is showing me a bird's eye view of running and playing with her brothers in the grass. And she's like, there is no grass. It's Arizona. Okay, well, that's okay. But she's showing me grass. Now, had I not moved on to you, Tanya, and I'd kept going with Kira, if it had been a private reading, I would have kept going with Kira and I would have gotten to the bottom of why I saw grass. Was it me and my interpretation I had to filter out of something she's showing me? Or was she showing me grass for a reason? I believe that Kira's dog was showing me grass. Rolo was showing me grass for a reason. It's either a memory that she had, like from a trip or a vacation. It's something that was relevant to Rolo. So I'm not going to, just because Kira says, no, we were in Arizona, there was no grass, LOL. That doesn't deter me at all, because Rolo showed me grass. So often when spirit shows us something, it is symbolic and leading to something else, like a scavenger hunt. Okay. And so this is important for you guys to understand, especially if you guys want to do readings or mediumship in any way or strengthen your intuition. It doesn't mean that it's wrong. It means that the soul and the reader are still in process of what they're figuring out. Okay. And that sometimes between a soul and a reader, it takes a little bit more work or effort. It's not as easy. Tanya, with your cat, immediately, as soon as I close my eyes and ask your cat to come forward, boom, right out of this bright light, this beautiful black magical cat popped up right here, like boom. Okay, but then I'm like, well, hold on. We got to make sure this is the right soul that matches the right person. Okay, so that's just kind of how it works. I like to let you guys know, how this works so you can understand, so that if you're listening to a reader, you join, Jenny. Awesome. Happy to see you in school. It doesn't mean that hold on here. It doesn't mean that the soul isn't there or that they're not good at communicating necessarily. It doesn't mean that the reader is bad or wrong. It just means that, come here, Tangelo. Get off that table, dude. Oh my goodness, Tangelo. It just means that we're, it's easier to get through more clearly with some souls than others. This is Tangelo, my little booger. So anyway, but Tanya, your cat, Kitty, wow. Amazing. And it might have been that you said my cat and then you said kitty. And then that combination of things was the right energy to align it. Whereas sometimes if somebody just says my dog, my cat, and there's no energetic connection to the name or to the appearance, it's fine. It's a cold reading. It's fine. But sometimes their energy doesn't come through as clearly, right? So that helps, so other souls weren't getting in the way. But wow, totally magical, completely powerful. I can see why you absolutely miss her. Let's see. about the energy. Perfect. Isn't that amazing? She's so magical. She's totally magical. So, and I mean like really magical. Let's see. Okay, you can take black cats, but she wasn't black. Okay, got it. Well, a black cat showed up immediately. Okay, but I also actually believe that this is her energy. Right out of this bright light, totally magic. Let's see here. Let's connect to what we're getting. Oh, hold on. Jesus, cat. Hold on, guys. Sorry. My cat just jumped on the lizard tank. He's insatiable. Oh. Anybody that has orange cats? Does anybody else have orange cats? Okay. All right. Well, so what I'm seeing then is the first cat that popped up, but I still believe this was her soul out of this bright light, but it was a black cat. Boom, right here. Total magic. Complete dimension walker kitty cat here. Let me tune in and see if she's going to come in as herself as you knew her, and if that is another cat. It might be another cat. So with cats, guys, well, with dogs too, I find sometimes they merge a lot more easily, at least for me. So if someone says, this is my dog and this was her name or whatever, those connections often help them come through more clearly because the animals tend to merge. Let's see here. You have several. So you need the cat energy around you, Tanya. You need that cat energy. It's very powerful for you. Hi, Tammy. Welcome. Good to see you. Okay. You can take black cats, though. Okay, well. So you've got cats in every life, Tanya. You even have an animal cat totem. You even have a cat totem. Okay, so who was the one that has you have a dog in spirit named Harley? Okay, well, let's do this first here. So I'm seeing a cat collar with a bell on it. Who had the collar that had the little maybe it wasn't a bell, maybe it was the tags clanking, but who had the noisy collar, Tanya? Who had the noisy collar? And which was the cat who was picky about their face and neck being touched? Yeah, you got a cat totem. Yes. Okay, so I have a cat energy coming through for you, Tanya, that was sensitive to having the head or neck rubbed. I don't know if it's that they liked it or that they didn't like it. There's a sensitivity to the head and neck being rubbed and touched. And then I'm also getting a cat collar that made noise is popping up. These may or may not be associated with kitty. So I'm bringing through the things that they're showing me. There is a connection with, there's a connection with special dishes. I believe this was in connection with Kitty because she's trying to come through to me now. There were dishes she did not like. They made the water taste funny, and they felt weird on her tongue if her tongue touched the edge. Evidently, and you can just say yes or no dishes or yes or no, whatever the description is. I'm not looking at the comments right now. Evidently, you picked up on this and you got her, whether it was for her or whether it was just accidentally, you got her a new set of dishes. They were made of something different. And she thought they were cute and pretty. And it made her feel very good and wanting to go and use them. Let's see. Hi, Angela. Thank you. Let's see here. Okay, the black cat with the collar would have been the black cats with the collar. Okay, all right. I saw them on a black cat, so that's good. Okay. So that's just evidence that the black cats are coming through, okay? And obviously they did, because the one that came through was like not overweight, not fat, not skinny, just right. Just sitting there like this, just like some magical being, just shot forward. A total dimension walker, huge personality. That was the first one that came forward. Let's see if the dishes make sense to you. Okay, here's validation for that. Kitty was that way with a neck. She loved it. My cat loves it now. Good. Okay. Yeah. So she's coming through now. So that's good. Because the first thing she was showing me was head and neck and being touched on her head and neck. I didn't know if that was a good or a bad thing. It looked like it was something that she enjoyed. And then let's see here if there's any other. I got you, Jenny. Hold on. Yes, the dishes were her. Okay. All right. So guys, this is evidence, because I wouldn't know this about the dishes. I wouldn't know this about the head and neck, and I wouldn't know this about the collar. So this is evidence that these cats are really here for you. Okay, Tanya? Even if I may mix up some of who's telling me what, one of the reasons I take so long on my readings is because I have to ask them to refine and define so that I can differentiate who's talking about what. It's very easy to mix it up. Okay. But yeah, she was showing me that with the dishes from her perspective. And so thank you, Tanya, for that. Thank you for picking up on that and giving her the dishes that she liked better. And a lot of you guys may not know this. Like, you may not know that cats and dogs have a preference and they like or they don't like certain dishes, like certain plastics they may not like. Stainless steel is really the best, but there's certain dishes, depending on the paint and the finish, that they may like or not like. Okay. Yeah, she was very cute and finicky. That's adorable. I see you, Angela. Let's also get to this here about Kitty. Tanya, Kitty tries to get your attention right now a lot with her tail. She tries to rub against bare skin if she can, and touch you with her tail. If you have like long pants and stuff on, she even tries to get, this is cute, she even tries to touch, she tries to get your skin. So she'll touch your hand, even your neck or your face if the rest of your body's closed up, so that you can feel that softness. That's how she tries to get through to you and let you know that she's there. And she mainly does that when you're thinking of her, so that you know that she hasn't gone anywhere. Your relationship's only transformed. Okay. Let's see here. This is fun. I love reading this back up from evidence. I got 2 of the same dish for both cats, and she still would only eat from the one. I'm like, Loom, there's food in there. No way. Yeah. that's what she's making me feel, is that she was very finicky about it. And she was showing me from her perspective, like there was something different. It felt and tasted different to her. And you know what, Tanya, that might very well be, because sometimes if they're manufactured is in a different what do they call it, different lot number, the dogs and cats are so much more sensitive than we are. They pick up on those things, right? And so it really makes a difference. All right. Okay, guys. Look, yeah. Look, there's food in there. I know. It's funny, isn't it? Yes, they are stainless. Okay. All right. You're welcome, Angela. I had surgery on an ankle recently, so I wear shorts a lot. I can feel her. Awesome. I know. I was seeing you in shorts, and that's why I felt like I had to say, even when you have pants on, she really tries to get to your skin, because she feels like that softness, that real soft fur that kind of comes off on you that you can't get off, and you feel that fur, that you recognize that softness is her. Okay. So please let that be evidence. Guys, I really appreciate you being so patient. Let's see. Gia Valdiva, welcome. Let's see. So, Gia Valdivia, if you, here's my school, guys. It's free for the first 200 people. If you want to see my calendar and my lives and my readings and the events I'm going to have on there, you can join that for free. The first 200 people are free. I'm going to do a bonus reading on Sundays, Diva. So you can, look on there and see what time I'm going to say I'll be on Sunday. I'm just doing non-human animal readings today, but I will get on Sunday and do bonus readings for whoever didn't get a reading today. Okay. I have to keep adding readings on there. You love hearing confirmation in the chat. I know. Isn't it fun? Jenny, isn't it fun? Yeah, she was like your child, Tanya, and she believed it too. You're welcome, Yavadiva. I mean, she was a little diva, Tanya, and she felt loved, and she felt honored, and she felt treasured. Just really miss her snuggles. Yeah, no, I get it. My husband and I lost our calico last year, and as cuddly as our cats are, there is nobody that cuddled like Boo. She made you feel loved. She stood over you. She touched your face. You'd wake up and she'd be touching your face and staring at you lovingly. And we miss that so much. So I feel for you, Tanya. I feel for you so much. But your cat is so sweet. And I think that, I hope she gave you enough evidence and validation. I hope I was able to bring through for you today, just so you know that it's really her and she's really there. Let's see. I did get to you quickly, Kawizi. I did get to you quickly, but it was only for like 30 seconds. I just told you your dad is sending you a big feather, so keep your eye out for that big feather. And that, yes, Smokey, your babies are still there with you, trying to get through to you. The thing is nothing's really changed. I'm not getting anything new for you than the last time. Other than, they love you, and they, when you are thinking of them, they try to let you know they're there. Okay, Kawizi. All right, guys. So, guys, I stayed on an extra 36 minutes. I'm actually missing a training I'm supposed to be in right now. I've been on for almost 2 hours. So, like and follow my Psychic Medium page. If you liked this and thought it was valuable today, like it so others can find it. On Sunday, I'm going to have a special bonus reading if you did not get a reading today. Veronica has the best readers I've ever seen if you'd rather get a reading from one of them. Or you can follow me on my school. You can join school right here. I have Meet Your Spirit Guides coming up. If you want to literally meet your spirit guides, I have, for $47 a month, you can join both of my masterminds, which is group coaching. 3 hours a week for $47 a month is a steal, but you can ask questions and get help and guidance in your mindset, your manifesting, your transformation, your confidence, and your spiritual and metaphysical work. It's all one because you're one being. So that's what I do in there. So if you join my school, only the first 200 people get to join school for free. You can join me there, and I will have on the calendar later tonight when I will be on Sunday. Those of you that did not get a reading today, either for your non-human animals or your humans, I will do my very best to get on for 2 hours and help you on Sunday, okay? But I do have to go because I'm late for a training. So I will see you all later. Thank you for tuning in and letting me read for you. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.